Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got some really interesting data on how much below asking price properties are selling for in May. We did a video the other day and talked about that May is actually significantly busier than a lot of people expected. You see, we had the stamp duty increase in April, and logically you'd think that the market would slow down because so many people got their transactions through prior to that stamp duty increase. But since that increase, things have changed. We had a lot of mortgage companies drop their rates. In fact, all the major lenders went to below 4%, which was really something great to see. We then had inflation jump, and lenders since then have been creeping up rates, but they haven't gone back up as much as they went down in that period of time. And so lenders were trying to stimulate the market. And what's also happened in that time is the government have pushed lenders to lend more money. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how much asking prices are actually getting agreed at. What are they going down by? Does that mean house prices are going down? And we're going to give you all that data and much more. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're on the way to 43,000 subscribers. In fact, we could be there already. If you have a look around this video, you'll see we're a smidge away. We need about 100 more subscribers this weekend. And let's get some more views on this video by smashing like, tickling like, doing something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So what's going on? Well, Zoopla gave some great data in the last few days. And Zoopla is the second largest property portal. In fact, I list all my property portfolio in there, and it gives you the house price index data. So that's probably the main reason that I go to Zoopla. But a lot of agents use it, and a lot of buyers and sellers use it as well. It is a popular portal. There are some other ones that barely get any traffic, but that is a good one. And so Zoopla do really pride themselves on having good quality data, and that does reign true. And so they said that in the last 4 years, this is the busiest May in the last 4 years. And if you think about it, that's quite some statement, because after the pandemic in 2021, things did start to pick up. I recall during the pandemic, my marketing agency was shut, and I was just like, this is tough. I can't see house prices going up in this market. And so because of that, I started looking for property for my eldest daughter, Georgia. In fact, if you don't know, that's why I started this channel. I've got two daughters. I've got Georgia, who's 24, and Amelie, who's 4. So she was born around that sort of time as well. And the goal was to build them a property portfolio, because I've already got one. And the pandemic really showed me that at any moment, businesses can change. And so I wanted something that I could pass on to my girls, and they could have some financial stability and just make their lives a little easier. And so the market at that time in 2021, when Georgia and I started looking, was super busy. We started looking in Birmingham, and the viewings were crazy. There were lines of people going to get properties. In auctions where we ultimately bought, a lot of auctions were just getting bid up to prices that were higher than I could have bought the property on Rightmove. I found a niche auction house in the end, James Taylor, something like that. Have a look. I've got an hour-long video on me buying that property at auction on the channel. It's one of the most popular videos. You can see when I bought that and how that all worked. And so the market was busy in May 2021. And so if we're back at that level, that's good. Now, this isn't just buyers coming into the market. That's important to make that distinction as well. This is people that are actually buying, not viewers. I mean, they're not people that are just registering and say, hey, I want to go and view some properties. These are agreed transaction prices. So the average listing price on Zoopla at the moment is £367,000. Now, this is a lot higher than the average sold price. And you'll see that when we do the videos every single month. We'll probably have some next week from Halifax, and Nationwide with their data. And the average sold price, if I'm trying to recall off the top of my head, is around £280,000. So why is this so much higher? Is because you've got lots of properties listed on there for 10 million quid that just have been listed for years. Like, if you're like me, I look on Rightmove and Zoopla at the massive houses, and they are just there for years and years and years. No one buys them. They just don't sell. And so that brings the average up on asking prices. So what discount are people getting on average with a sale at the moment? The average discount in May is £16,000. And what is that in percentage wise? That's 4.5% discount. So that's not insignificant. Now, the thing is, what we've got to take into account, until we get official sold data, it's going to be very hard to figure this out, because we don't know at what level people are buying. Are they buying £1 million houses, or are they buying terraced houses? That's the data that we're going to have to wait for from the Office of National Statistics. Easier for you to say. But that hasn't come through yet. But what this does show is that people are taking deals. And so sellers are maybe getting a little more motivated in order to get that transaction done. Now, what you've also got to remember is that buyers can spend 20% more since the start of this year. And that's based on a few things. So that's based on pay rises. So a lot of people have had pay rises. That's also based on the government pushing lenders to lend more money, to relax the criteria on mortgage lending. So people can borrow more times the salary now. In fact, we did a video, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, about a company called April Mortgages, who will lend you 7 times your salary. That's crazy. There are also 100% mortgages now. That allows people to spend more, and they can keep that deposit, and that will help them get over that stamp duty increase. You're also getting better deals on smaller deposit mortgages now. And so people can get affordable, smaller deposit mortgages. That means that the increase in the stamp duty isn't so much for them. Interest rates also went down in that period since April 1st as well. That was really a busy time where we were making videos every single day talking about Santander, NatWest. Everybody went below 4% on mortgages, and that would have woken up a lot of people to get into the market. Now, does this continue for the rest of the year? No one knows for sure. The expectations were that the first quarter would sell 500,000 houses, and the last 3 quarters, the last 9 months, would sell 500,000 houses as well. A massive, sharp slowdown. Does this impact that? Has this changed those numbers? We won't know for a few months. But it's interesting to see that the market is moving, sales are picking up. That's interesting. What we also know is that listings aren't all increasing all over the country. In the southwest, listings went up by 21%. That's going to be down to a lot of second homes being sold due to council tax increases, Airbnb not being as effective in some areas. The southeast, listings went up by 15% year on year. That's quite a big increase. And you've got the northwest, where increases were just 3%. So that, if I looked at that data, I'd say you've got more opportunity for prices to go down in the southwest, southeast, and not much opportunity for prices to drop in the northwest. But time will tell. Northwest and the north have been very strong in the last year. Let me know what you think about this data. If you're buying a property, make sure you get at least £16,000 discount, knowing what's going on in the market. Do smash like, do subscribe, do check out the fundamentals of property investing in the description. It will teach you how to source properties below market value. It will teach you how to renovate the properties, and it will teach you how to high cash flow those once you get them on the market. Do also check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.